YouTube! This is MaitreDesBlocs, and today I have something out of the ordinary to show you. As you probably already know, if you watched some of my other videos, I sometimes enjoy making technical command block stuff in creative and play around with the new redstone mechanics. And there was an idea I got a long time ago, and I thought, it's really weird that there is just a bottom hard layer at the end of your world below. You cannot destroy it, you cannot pass. It's just like you can't go further down. In Terraria, for example, and other games, you can dig down when you reach to a kind of hell dimension or something, which could be the equivalent of the nether in Minecraft. One idea I got with that was that if you fall into the void, you actually land on top of the nether in Minecraft. And with only these few command blocks and this contraption right here that you can put in your spawn chunks, any player is able to do this. Let me demonstrate. You cannot access the nether from the overworld if you do not eat a notch apple or enchanted golden apple in the process. And why is that? When you fall into the void, after reaching the level minus 60 on the Y, which is the height, so 60 blocks below the bedrock, the player starts taking damage at a really high speed, and you cannot go further down than minus 200 blocks in the Y with that method. But this contraption only works if the player is able to reach minus 300 blocks. And the only way in survival to counter the void effect is with the regeneration of an enchanted golden apple. And you can only survive in the void with this if you keep eating them in a row. But this, for now, I made it so you only need to eat one. But if you wanted, you can modify what's in the command blocks to make it trigger at the height you want. So now, let's show you this in demonstration. So I jump into the void, I eat a notch apple, and I land on top of the nether. I find that pretty cool. I think the game should be done like this by itself. And even though you can't break this, neither the bedrock at the bottom of your world, if someone would be cheaty enough to do it, I think there should be a really cool secret way to link the two dimensions. But now, let's get to the redstone. Game mode 1. Get rid of that. This is actually really simple. This is incredibly simple. And the new 1.9 snapshots, which is this is not in the 1.9 snapshots, this is 1.8 Optifine, but this would work in any 1.8 version also. Did not test it in the snapshots, but I don't think it should break anything. So you should be good to go using this. But basically all it does is that there is a really fast clock. This one sets the block right here to redstone block. And this one sets it to gold block. And since these two are both triggered when this becomes a redstone block, what happens is the game reads the command blocks from north to south. So it actually places the gold block when a redstone block is placed here. It places a gold block before it places a redstone block. And then the game processes this block, which adds a redstone block here instead, which powers the two command blocks again. Repeat. And this happens every game tick. So this clock, I cannot even destroy this block. Well, I could if I clicked it fast enough. But this block appears there every 20th of a second. So it processes the clock as fast as the game can do. It's silent too, and replays so the blocks don't drop on the ground. It will create a loss of lag. But anyways, this was the test method. I was trying to see how it could detect me, so I rigged it up so it would say hi when I was accessing the right layer, but forget that. You don't need that one. So the clock is powering this, which is an execute at player. So execute means the following command is going to get executed where the player is standing, or where the player is. But then you can put relative coordinates. So if you wanted, you could say, it's like, it pretends if the command block here, for the second command, was placed around the player where you set the relative coordinates. So for me, I set execute tilt, tilt, tilt. And tilt means that is the same X as the player, same Y as the player, same Z as the player. So it executes the command where I am standing, as if the command block with the following command was where I was. And the following command is test4 at player, so closest player, which has the Y of equal minus 300, and the radius of the Y is equal to minus 16. And this tests just because in case the player can zip through the minus 300 Y in between two game ticks, so the clock doesn't register it, I made a radius so it would actually test for the player in a closer range and have better chances of catching him as he falls. So that is what it does here. If it tests the player around minus 300, it will output a signal with the comparator, and it will trigger these two command blocks. And this one executes once again at player where he is standing, teleport at player at some specific coordinates. And the coordinates correspond at what's inside of this box. And inside of this box, there is another portal block. So as soon as the player enters there, he is in a portal block and starting to teleport. So that's for that. And the second one changes him to game mode 1. Why? Because if you're in creative, you immediately pass through a portal. You have no delay. So you don't even see you're getting in a box. You just see you're instantly getting teleported, as you could see in the demonstration I just showed you. But why did I use execute? Because for some reason, test for a player in the void, so with a negative Y number, only works if I am casting the command myself. And since execute is making it so it executes the command where I am, it can find me. A command block without execute in the overworld cannot test for a player in the void. But with the execute, you can. So that's why I use execute for the teleport command also. So you teleport the player in there, and he gets into game mode 1. 1 tick later, he's in the nether, and these three activate. This one plays sound, the sound portal.travel, which is what you just heard, at the player with the volume 10. But 25 blocks under the player with the execute, because it plays it where the bedrock is, even though I am falling when I enter the nether. The second one teleports the player 100 blocks up, because when I spawn in the nether, this thing teleports me into the portal, but this actually teleports me on top of the nether even before I can see the portal frame. And the last one changes me back to game mode 0. So that's it. Let's do a second demonstration to prove everything works just fine. Was not a strike of luck. This actually works. You eat 1 golden apple to survive the travel. And fall on top of the nether. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this. And I'll see you in the next one. MaitreDesBlocs,